Hey guys, I'm back on the 1965 Honda Cub build. I've been fiddling with this bike on and off for about 5 years now, so it's time to try to push and get it finished up. I just finished my engine build, which I picked up a 1982 C70 engine on eBay. I split the cases, did a case restoration on that, and I made a video on that, so check that out. While the cases were apart, I installed new tranny bearings, new crank bearings, a heavy-duty crank from Dr. ATV. I installed a high-volume oil pump, rebuilt the clutch with OEM parts. The motor has all new seals and gaskets. And then I went ahead and got a TB Parts 88cc kit and the race head and installed that. So I'm excited to get it running. Next, we need to work on the wiring, so that's what we're going to start on. I wanted my turn signals to be kind of small and not obtrusive, so before I painted the Cub, I had to come up with some kind of solution. So where this plastic cap is, I decided I wanted to try to slide some small, maybe a bar end style turn signal in here. And I came up with a small one I found. At the time I thought it was okay. So I just had to bore out this tubing just a little bit, maybe 3/8 of an inch in depth, and the diameter just a little bit bigger. But I've now found a turn signal that I like much better. So let me take you over the bench and I'll show you the two and what we need to do on the lathe to steal a part off of this to make the smaller turn signal adapt to that tube. All right, I'll get this extra motor out of the way. So these two are the original turn signals I had planned on using, but I was never too hot on them, and they kind of do look really cheap. So I was pretty happy when I found a company called Moto Gadget, which makes a really nice turn signal. It is a little bit smaller in diameter, so we're gonna have to take these over to the lathe, and there's some threads here. We'll have to face those off, face this side off. We're gonna try to save this piece in here, which fits in the tubing on the fork. And we'll also cut these threads off and drill a bigger hole in here so that this turn signal will slide through there. We'll be able to put a nut on the back, and then we'll attach this to the fork holding our new turn signal. So let's head over to the lathe and get to work. All right, this is only my third time using a lathe. I've never had any training on the lathe. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just guessing. So go easy on me. I'm sure my setup is not correct, but I'm just gonna guess and try to get this part made. All right, that came off. Perfect. Now let's face this off and get rid of those threads. Okay, we've almost got that faced off. I think we got it. All right, let's get this out of the way. Okay, let's move this in here. Drill this hole out. We got to be close. Okay, we are almost there. Okay, I think we got it. Turned out pretty well. The goal was to save the anodizing on the front. Okay, we have our new turn signal and the adapter made out of the old turn signal. That'll slide on there. And then this piece will slide into the hole I pre-drilled to this size on the fork. So I think that'll look great. Let's put a little bit of Loctite on there and we'll get that nut as tight as we can. Get that on there. So if you notice, I also had to turn down the shoulder on that nut so that it will fit in the hole on the fork. I'll just get this as tight as I can. That's why I put Loctite on there. Okay, so that is ready to go on the fork of the Cub. Let's go get it installed. Okay, let's get this turn signal popped in there. Get that wire. So this tube does go all the way across the fork, and at the same time as I bore this out just slightly, I also drilled a really small hole in the center where I could feed my wire through. To hold this in, I was thinking about using something like Honda Bond or some kind of glue, but if I had a problem, I'd probably destroy this turn signal trying to get it out. So it's a snug fit, so I think I'm just going to use some black silicone and I think that'll hold it in. If I have any problem with it down the road, I'll use something a little bit stronger. Okay, make sure I get this oriented right. Get it orient. The right orientation. Spin it a little bit. Okay, I think that's got it. Looks pretty good. Okay guys, we got the turn signals on. I'm happy with those. They turned out great. I like them much better than the ones I originally picked out a couple years ago before I painted the Cub. So I'm on to more wiring. Stay tuned. I'll have some more updates on the Honda Cub and hopefully we'll have it finished soon. Thanks for watching.